Every guy wants to know the secret to getting in shape, but the truth is bored, and you're just going to get used to that. You're stressing about protein shakes, supplements, when you don't even know how many calories you should eat a day. You're winging it. Today I'm going to break down the nutrition pyramid on the things that actually matter and are going to get you results fast. I teach all my clients this, and this is what we focus on to get you results and keep them long term. So this isn't like another diet hack. It's not a magic pill. It's not going to skip you years of progress, but it will skip you years of wasting your time because you'll know the whole hierarchy of nutrition. So we're going to dive into the 7 layers of nutrition. Eric Helms made the 5 layers, and I've sort of added on like a little 2 myself because I feel like that's needed. So let's start at the base. Level 1 is your calories. And the boring truth is nobody wants to hear it. You can eat clean, gluten-free, organic, spend all your money on all that BS. But if your calories aren't right, you're going nowhere. And pretty much calories is just like the law of thermodynamics. You're not going to beat science. If you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose body fat. If you eat more calories than you burn, you will gain muscle and gain a tiny bit of fat unless you eat absurd amounts. And you've also got maintenance where you just sort of hold. Now we've got the next layer on the pyramid, which is layer 2, macros. This pretty much decides how your body looks and performs, because if you nail calories but you don't nail macros, it's not the end of the world, but you'll notice you'll maybe not look good, perform as good as you want. So let's break this down. Look at protein, carbs, and fats, like 3 women you're really attracted to. I know this sounds weird, but like Eva Longoria Parker, Jennifer Lopez, and Eva Mendes. You wouldn't kick any of them out of bed, and you would want a piece of them all in your life. Well, maybe, but you get my point. That way we should think of protein, carbs, and fats as all necessary to your goal, all right? And if you want to optimize this, the way you would work it is 1 gram protein per pound of body weight, 200 pound man, 200 grams protein. I like to quarter that to give you your fats, which would be 50 grams of fat, and then fill the rest up with carbs within your calorie total. And remember, if you need your macros and your calories done for you, just DM me the word calorie game plan IG, and I will literally send you everything you need in that front. I know, I'm good to you. Layer 3, level 3 of this Mario video game is going to be micronutrients and hydration. I think that's super important. This is where your energy comes from. Vitamins, minerals, water. Your body's like Wi-Fi. You don't notice it until you stop working. So like, for example, if you're sluggish, you're anxious, you're foggy, you're hungry, you're probably actually underhydrated, or you're missing a key mineral that can affect you, like magnesium, zinc. Water and micronutrients do not sound sexy, but this pretty much breaks it down to like food quality. You can hit your macros eating Pop-Tarts, eating sugar, and you will look like you know what. The cleaner your food is, the cleaner your energy, the better your sessions, the better digestion. It's like a feedback loop. It just gets better, and you never crash and spike with energy dips. The more single ingredient foods and the less stuff with barcodes, the less processed stuff, naturally you'll feel better. It's not about being perfect. It's about being conscious of the approach. Like, you don't need everything to be organic, but just actually trying to get more whole foods. 90% whole food, 10% processed is fine. Level 4, we have meal timing and routine. Sounds weird. This isn't like a magic hour, stop eating at this time, eat at this time. It's actually about making sure that your hunger is in check, because if you're bulking, you need your food spread evenly. If you're dieting, you need your food spread evenly. It's just structure. Spacing your meals evenly keeps your energy stable throughout the day, your recovery sharp. You don't need to eat every 2 hours like a 90s bodybuilder like Arnold, but you also can't skip meals either. Like OMAD, 1 meal a day is not going to be beneficial if you want to build muscle. Research is even backing you probably want somewhere between 3 and 6 meals per day. I think like 3 to 5 is a sweet spot, because you're getting multiple hits of protein and stimulating muscle protein synthesis multiple times throughout the day. Other meal timing tips would be the likes of timing your carbs pre and post workout, because that will help give you the most energy. I also think routine is really important for nutrition, because as I said, appetite regulation, whether you're bulking and trying to get more food in, if you don't have that routine, it's always going to be really hard to stay adherent, and that is such a key factor here. The same with dieting. If you're getting hungry, you're not getting the right nutrients at the right time, or you're putting fats too close to a workout, you might feel sluggish. So play around with this and see what's optimal for you, but that is the next layer. This is a layer that I feel affects nutrition. I've sort of thrown in is sleep and lifestyle. And before you scroll on, this is super important. We're getting to the part everyone ignores. If your sleep sucks, your results are going to suck. Name one person who has a bad night's sleep and finds it easier to stick to your diet. If you're sleeping well, your hunger regulates. You actually are in a better place to metabolize fat. Your hormones are in check. Your testosterone's higher. Remember, if you are undersleeping, hunger hormones like ghrelin go wild, wilder than your ex-girlfriend. Recovery absolutely tanks. Your sessions go per. You crave everything sweet way faster, and you struggle to stay consistent with your diet. Your willpower drops whenever you're tired. So what I would recommend is, this sounds boring, but set a bedtime alarm, because you'll probably get up, you might hit snooze, but if you set a bedtime alarm, you'll actually know, oh shit, I should already be in bed. And I find that super beneficial for where I am. Now, I still set an alarm. I got a lot of stick on Instagram once because I was like, set an alarm to go to bed, not to wake up. And everybody was going, well, I'm going to be late for work. You know what I mean. God damn. Level 6, we have stress and hormonal health. This one's sneaky. Like, it doesn't sound like nutrition, but it is. And I feel like this is something that is really important that I should just address. Stress will wreck your progress faster than any weekend bender because high cortisol will mean more cravings and higher fat storage over time because you're not going to be consistent. Your recovery is going to be lower. You're going to gain less muscle. So building stress management in your day will actually help your nutrition adherence. And I think that's a key pillar here. So taking a walk after you eat to de-stress, a little bit of breath work, sunlight in the morning, listen to a podcast, actually do something once or twice a week for yourself. Go to the cinema. Like, I think simple things like that will help balance the load and the internal stress that will give you. And you might feel like, well, that's not nutrition, but that is still more important than the next section, which is the final layer, which is supplements. This is where every beginner starts. And when somebody messages me going, what's the best type of protein? I know where your level of thinking is at. You're skipping all the 6 layers underneath and going for the icing on the cake. And I want you to realize that that will not get you results. You cannot move to that level until you pass all the rest. And even if you pass all the rest, this is a 1 to 5% thing. This is what I like to call the shiny stuff or the idiot stuff that people focus on. Now, don't get me wrong, supplements are great. Protein is so convenient. And that is the one I would lean into most. It's convenient, it's cheap, it's effective. Then we get the likes of creatine, which is the most studied supplement. I like about 1 gram per 10 kilograms body weight. 5 grams daily is fine. I think fish oils or omega-3s are great for inflammation, brain health, heart health if you don't eat 2 portions of oily fish a week like salmon. Vitamin D3, 3,000 IUs minimum if you're in a sunlight deficient country is great. Magnesium glycinate, 600 milligrams, maybe like 30 milligrams of zinc, just to help immune system, recovery, take it before bed, it'll help you get a deeper sleep. They're all really the supplements you need. Yes, you can add more, but if you have all the other layers, remember, supplements are to supplement your diet. They're not to replace something. I think that's really key. And the bonus layer, I would say, which overlaps the whole thing, I don't know if it's a layer or like an overlapping process, is adherence. Like, remember, it's almost like the foundation of foundations. Like, there's no point nailing your calories for like 1 week. And I want you to remember, the best plan is not perfect. It's about what you can be consistent with. So you might find nutrient timing too tough. You might struggle with your stress management, but just move up the layers the best you can. And all I want you to focus on is progression. Just try and implement 1 or 2 things from this video, like eat more fruit, try to regulate your stress, and you'll notice you get better results. So let's go through that again, just as like a recap. Calories, macros, micros and hydration, meal timing, sleep, stress control, and then supplements at the very, very, very top. And that's pretty much it. And overall adherence is what matters so much. Most people chase the tip of the pyramid when the base is where everything is most valuable. And I cannot explain that enough. You don't need more products. You need more consistency with the basics. That's always it. Look, I hope you find that beneficial. I'm always here. DM me on Instagram, like, share, subscribe. And if you want to work with me and one of the team on a one-to-one coaching basis, don't be afraid to click the link below. We're always here to help. Big love. See you in the next one. Wolf out. Whoa!